position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll try the left side. There he goes! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Aggies come to the line in the hurry-up.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
And that's a really good play. That's a ball. That's thrown way down the field. A lot of time for me to do what? Get a little bit handsy, get my hands, force a PI. Stayed calm, did a nice job staying the course, got his hand on the football for the deflection.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He might want another play. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Oh, they're after him! Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pulls it in. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. The short hands, it's Morrow. On his feet at the 40. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense was a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the running back from the shotgun. At the 20, he's got space. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on first and goal.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now on second and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This quarterback part of their running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Opening day, and might as well build a little drama with a third and goal early. They'll go with a direct snap. Next, going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. When they have something to cheer about here, this Kyle Field crowd is the most choreographed group in all of college football.
They've got so many chants and cheers that I had no clue about Reese until we visited. And you see it's choreographed, it's perfect together. And how about this choreographed start? Exactly how they drew it up early, getting this place going bananas.
And he's going to bring this one out. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. Down, still moving. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football.
Oh, he's got some space. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to the back. Find some fresh air. Turning on the Jets. Inside the 30. He's at the... and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Guys, let's take a second. Think about Texas A&M. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They want to run this quarterback. Breaks into the open. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
As a defense, when you're trying to stop the run, it's really as simple as just doing your job. You have to have gap integrity up front. DBs need to come downhill and fill, and the defense wasn't able to get it done.
Motion from the wideout. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. I guess a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They're going to test the right side with this one. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. And the Aggies headed quickly to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry, and defense has to be ready.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Caught. Close to the marker. It's Clark. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Using the quick game. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route. And then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Might be changing the route. Second down, they'll go to the air. He'll take another shot here. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
That's just a better job by the defender. He knew he was going to get challenged in this game. He knew these receivers had speed and they were going to test him. Nice job by that DB knocking it away.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the catch. It's Norman. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Now, fourth down.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. From this spot on the field, that would be a 53-yard field goal, but they'll leave the offense out there and try to pick up the first on fourth down. Wants to throw again. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Gonna run it. It's Rodgers. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. It'll pay off big time in late in the season.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. To the air, it's St. Clair. Here comes the heat. Gets it out quickly. At the 40, there he goes. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. and the big-time playmaker outside picks up.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by 10 to Southern Miss. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
To the air, it's Barnett. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Got his man. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Texas A&M going quickly. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Norman. Turning it on. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
The Aggies can really attack on this second and short. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Pocket breaking down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. And the Aggies come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Morrill. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second and goal coming up. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggie!
That's something you don't see too often, running reverses on 3rd down. The money down in the red zone, but when you've got ability like this guy has, you just got to find ways to get him the football. After the reverse, open field, he uses the speed and takes it in for the score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. He's moving out of the pocket. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
And how about that 3rd down? They go 5 wide. They've spread the defense.
Sends it downfield. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Fires to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You know, people like to make fun of quarterbacks, call them soft. They're nuts. He knew he was going to get drilled and still deliver the ball.
And I love the fact that he knew where his answer was against that blitz. He saw man coverage on the back end of that and immediately knew where he had to go with the ball.
The Aggies really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. On the move. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a 2nd. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Quarterback making checks. Second and 10. He'll throw again. Makes the grab. It's Morley. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Here's a hit. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Direct snap. Finds a little space. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments. Bringing the heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Throws to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. That's caught. It's Norman. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll look to pin them deep. cradles it at the 35. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and you don't see it all the time, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is weird. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On the run, deep down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man, it's Bell. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still deep.
Going for it all. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ohio State. He has been surgical. Precision passes. And it's blocked. Still on his feet. Remember, he can return it. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it along the sideline. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Aggies want to move quickly.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Aggies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Gonna look downfield again. Caught near the sticks. It's Ezukama. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback may change this route. Scanning the field, it's O'Neal. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. That's caught. It's Norman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air, it's St. Clair. Fires to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Inside the 30. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, This offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. This time on target. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Aggies moving quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. He managed to fuse.